The lead-up to the case of the National Petrochemical Co of Iran versus the MT Stolt Sheaf began in 1979 when U.S.-Iranian relations were strained due to the Iranian hostage crisis. The U.S. eventually severed diplomatic relations with Iran in 1980, with a full trade embargo ensuing soon after and the sale of American products to the country being banned. In spring of 1980, the National Petrochemical Co agreed to purchase chemicals from Monterey Enterprises of Dubai. This was an attempt to circumvent the embargo, because Monterey arranged to purchase the chemicals from Rotexi Brunston Co. of Hamburg, which contracted with United States sellers through its Geneva affiliate, Formula SA. Rotex and Formula produced fraudulent shipping documents which concealed both the origin of the chemical cargo and its destination, and illegally drew on documents of credit issued by NPC before the chemical cargo was even shipped. The MT Stolt Sheaf, a shipping vessel, was then commissioned by Rotex to deliver the cargo from Iran to Houston, but when war broke out between Iran and Iraq in September, the chemicals were diverted to Taiwan, where Rotex resold them. The sale in Taiwan was purportedly for the account of NPC, but NPC was unable to obtain the proceeds from Rotex and Formula. Iran then filed suits against the defendants in a U.S. court in an effort to recover its losses. However, the U.S. District Court ruled that because the U.S. didn't formally recognize the Khomeini government of Iran, and because NPC was wholly owned by the Iranian government, it wasn't entitled to bring suit in the courts of the United States. This ruling was based off a letter from the Assistant Legal Advisor for Management of the Department of State regarding another Iranian case, as proof of severed diplomatic ties with the country from the executive level of government. NPC appealed the ruling, arguing that even if the executive branch didn't formally recognize Iran's government, it didn't prohibit access to its courts. In other words, the executive branch may recognize a government for the purposes of bringing suit despite the absence of formal recognition. The court eventually ruled in NPC's favor. This is significant because it concluded that the absence of formal recognition cannot serve as the sole touchstone for determining whether the executive branch had recognized a foreign nation for the purpose of granting access to U.S. courts, whereas other executive decisions on their own suggested a barring of Iran from the court system. Together, they suggest otherwise.